The beautiful Dutch city of Maastricht played host to the start of the 7th race of the 2019 UCI Women's World Tour, Amstel Gold Race, and the sun was out to greet the peloton. Huge crowds greeted the race as it formed up in the city, and they cheered the bunch as they made their way through the cobbled streets of the neutralised zone and then into the hills of Limburg. 7 riders formed an early break, but on the Iser Bosweg, the 7th of the day's 19 climbs, they began to struggle. The break caught, the race exploded, and it was former world champion Lizzie Deignan who attacked in her first race back. She powered away, but was unable to hold off the chasers, with Annemiek van Vleuten and Katarzyna Niewiadoma the first to catch her. After earlier being shattered, the race came back together as it crossed the line on one of 4 passes, but the action was soon to kick off again. Deignan's Trek Segafredo teammate Elisa Longo-Borghini was soon off the front, with Amanda Spratt and Katie Hall for company. On the narrow roads at the back of the closing circuit, they soon built a decent advantage. With the result possibly slipping away, behind, the chasers organised themselves. Marianne Vos leading on to the penultimate lap, the peaceful countryside in contrast to the very aggressive racing. The trio led on to the penultimate of 4 ascents of the race's iconic Kouwberg climb, but it was Canyon SRAM's Katarzyna Niewiadoma who put in a huge attack. She put the bunch well into the red and crossed the gap to her rivals, bringing them to heel halfway up the punishing ascent. Onto the closing 17.9 kilometre lap, and Longo-Borghini launched yet another offensive, this time escaping alone, with what remained of the bunch trailing in her wake. South African champion Ashley Moolman-Pasio and Mitchelton Scott's Spratt made their way across to her with less than 10 of the 126.8 kilometres remaining. The 3 worked well for a while, but were caught before Niewiadoma launched a carbon copy attack on the final ascent of the Kouwberg. Marianne Vos tried but failed to follow her, and it was Annemiek van Vleuten who set off in pursuit as the climb reached its toughest section. Despite the attentions of the chasing Dutch rider, she managed to hold on to win the race by the slimmest of margins.
Absolutely amazing. I mean, I had great support from my family, from my boyfriend, from my team, and yeah, constantly I've been thinking about them, and mostly I was riding for them today. This is just my style. I need to be active. I need to feel that I can do whatever I want, not to be waiting for final, because that kind of like kills me inside. And the moment I start to attack or just be active in the front, I feel like, okay, I'm gonna do it.
We went for the victory. We went hard from 30 kilometers on. My 3 teammates smashed themselves until the Iser Bosweg. We made the race hard. We were all the time in control. Amanda Spratt was also amazing in the final. And I gave everything on the Kouwberg, and it was just maybe a couple of 100 meters not long enough for me. And Katarzyna Niewiadoma was just a bit more explosive.
Trek was there, Bulls was there, Mitchelton Scott was there. So then, yeah, that's of course a dangerous group, and Ashley did a really good job. We worked together to try and bridge across, and that worked out, but of course it costs also energy. But yeah, you have to give something to stay in contention.
In only her second UCI Women's World Tour race, Boels Dolman's rider Anneke Langvad put in a stellar performance to finish 4th. Her podium finish sees Annemiek van Vleuten move into 2nd position in the UCI Women's World Tour standings, though Marta Bastianelli continues to lead. There is no change in the UCI Women's World Tour Young Rider standings, with Team Virtue's Sofia Bertizzolo continuing to top the table ahead of Lorena Wiebes.